What'd you do?
I pulled on the earphones or headphones, whatever this thing's called.
All right.
Lemonade,
All right.
no liquor. Lemonade.
No liquor?
I'm still recovering.
You're still recovering from the weekend?
Recovering.
Okay, hold on. How much rum did you have?
The bottle barely made it back.
Nice.
My question is, I know the bottle that just made it back was not the first bottle we bought.
No, the second bottle's still here. I only took one bottle. Hi, welcome to Date Nite with the Lunas. I'm Angelique. This is John, and we're recovering on Monday.
Oh God, it was a hell of a weekend from the beginning. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we went to Exotica in Miami. And I will say Exotica is a adult industry conference. It actually is held 4 times a year in Miami, Chicago, DC, and New Jersey.
AKA porn conference. That's what.
And she breaks it down to porn conference.
Okay, that's what a lot of the vendors call it. And it was great. I was going to go, but had plans. Oh, so sorry we missed you. It was fun. Seeing the people, interacting, seeing our friends.
We actually got to go to a swinger club with 2 porn stars.
2 porn stars. Yeah.
So now friends of ours. This is fun.
This was fun. We did not hook up with them.
No.
Respect the boundaries.
Yes.
Because they're porn stars does not automatically assume that we have sex with them.
However, I'm unsure. I think the reason we hooked up is they were not comfortable with the club. Maybe not. I don't know. There was definitely. We'll get to the club part. Let's just start at the beginning.
Yes, it's like from the beginning.
Would you like me to finish the beginning?
Yes, you can finish. I'm still recovering.
Okay, we're gonna hold on. No, we're starting off with today because today. Well, first things first. We're gonna do
our sponsor.
Our sponsor. Fairville University. We're actually doing a class next week on for Fairville University called
Navigating Bisexuality.
So we're going to be talking about bisexuality from both a men and woman's point of view, the problems we've had, the benefits we've had, the fun we've had. But it's going to be all over the place. Well, actually, we did write a script, but that's next Thursday. If you want to go check that out, go to fairvilla.com, click on education, and it'll send you the link to Eventbrite. You do have to purchase that. And we hope to see you there.
Okay, so
we do have to promote them.
Tomorrow, I will upload it to the SDC event side. It's not a freebie class because it is with Fairvilla, and I will upload it to our website so you can directly book the class and see us talking about navigating bisexuality. Yep, we didn't get to go to Splash. Splash was happening at the same time at Exotica, and I know Splash Mocha is different from Splash. Totally understandable, but I know some of our other sex educators from the Sexperts did attend Splash.
So Splash was an event put on by.
That's the name of the company too.
Oh, it is Splash?
It's Splash.
Oh, okay.
Because they have Splash, which, not to sound racist, please understand this is the best way to explain it. Splash is for the white folks. Splash Mocha is for the dark folks.
Not exclusively, but
not
majority.
Exclusive, majority.
If you want to switch over, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's great that they do have events for people of color who want to go ahead and be in those events. Fantastic.
Yeah, couple Splash and Splash Mocha. Okay, that's okay.
So I'm starting today.
Starting.
We woke up and had to go straight to the doctor to get our hormone pellets put in, which means we were cut into, and it's minor surgery. They just do it with lidocaine. It doesn't hurt. However, once you have it in, you have obviously a bruised butt, and the hormones start kicking in, and you're a little loopy.
Miss Angelique's on her period, so period and pellets don't mix.
Hormone madness.
It's like, it's really bad, and my body is still recovering from all the adventures this weekend, so not a smart move, but I did intentionally have set the appointment for the pellets after our weekend, which was supposed to be with ASN Lifestyle Awards, but unfortunately that canceled. So backup plan was Exotica, because Exotica keeps inviting us to come and present, which we did. We presented 2 classes, and I felt much better this time around because I was confident.
So if she busts into a goofy laughter thing
and giggle,
it's hormones. We're just going to go with that for the moment.
Yeah.
So let's start off on Friday.
Yep.
Now, Friday night, we were presenting relationship flavors at 8 p.m. in Miami. We live in Orlando. We did not leave until 2:30. We didn't arrive in Miami to check into the hotel till
7.
and beelined it, said hi, walked in and did our presentation.
And then left. We really didn't stay around or sell our merchandise, which I found out later that Friday was the best night for sales.
Yes.
So that
We
was
should have.
our fault for misplanning the day, but
we
did
started
an
off.
amazing class.
Yeah, let's start off with the amazing class.
Yes.
Relationship flavors. We have had a lot of people come out afterwards and talk with us about it. And what I didn't realize was how few resources there were on polyamory and swinging.
Yeah.
Not so much now, but we talked with several people that acted like they had never heard this stuff before. And I guess they weren't really looking for it because a lot of it is on the internet.
Right. Which I'm kind of surprised because there is an abundance of like podcasts and websites and books out there for South Florida to say that. That was like, that's kind of weird, but that's a good untapped market. So,
but definitely after talking about the class, we had sex workers come up and say, thank you so much for working on providing an environment where there's no shame. I had swingers come up. I had polycules come up. I had fetish people and kitties come up. It was a really great class. I guess about 50 people showed.
Yeah.
Which is a really good number. However, our only suggestion for the next time they do an event, they used curtains for walls. And it was the VIP lounge, one classroom, the dungeon, and of course we're in this classroom. So to our right is the VIP lounge blaring their DJ. To the left is the dungeon blaring their music. And then after the dungeon, there was another one. Not the best setting.
Nope.
I'm surprised we didn't lose our voice.
No, I didn't. No.
No, you did not lose your voice.
I did not lose my voice. That's right. Did not lose my voice.
Now, Saturday, we'll get into the actual conference Saturday because we really didn't do a whole lot at the conference Friday night. We said hi, we checked in, we put our stuff in, we got out of there.
It presents the class.
There is a reason we got out of there. We had a date.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
What? You can continue with the story.
You set up the date.
Well, yeah, it was like such an adventure because like we met this jackhammer in I forgot his name right now. Jack in Naughty, New Orleans. He lives in South Florida. So we asked.
So his code name is Jackhammer.
His name is going to be Jackhammer at this point.
It's a term of endearment.
It is. It's really.
However,
a term of
it is I think I'm the one who came up with it because I didn't know his name. We met him in Naughty in New Orleans. However, given your two behavior, Jackhammer was an accurate statement. Continue.
And then Drew was in town, and so we invited Drew, and then we brought our assistant. What's our assistant's name?
I don't know what she goes by these days. Tiny.
Tiny. We're gonna call her Tiny.
We'll call our assistant Tiny
because she is tiny. She's
4'11".
Is she 4'11", or I thought she said she was 5'2"?
She's smaller than you.
So it's 5'2". So 5'2" it is. Tiny is at 5'2". She is smaller. Yeah, because I can like rub her hair like that, which I do that just to annoy her because that's her turn on spot. If you rub her hair, that gets her so turned on.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
No. I'm thinking about the tiny stuff because somehow a joke came on TV about little people and being called another word. And she's like, I'm offended about that. And I'm like, looking at her, I'm like, okay. She's like, no, I'm just fucking with you. But anyway, she's got a good sense of humor.
She has a definitely good sense of humor.
So five of us.
My entourage, as I kept saying it. This is my entourage. It's Angelique's entourage at the swing club.
And we went to
Trapeze, Fort Lauderdale. Had to take advantage of that dual membership.
That's right, because we just did Trapeze
in Atlanta.
A week earlier or 2 weeks?
No, a week.
A week earlier.
That's why my last week is a blur. I'm like, what did I do last week? I have to go back and I'm going to have to journal it or something because I forgot.
But it definitely shows you how swing clubs are different because Miami, is it Fort Lauderdale?
Fort Lauderdale.
Trapeze down in Florida is very different in Trapeze up in
Atlanta.
Yes. so much that you don't get to go there, bring your own alcohol, and then drink and have sex. It's just between the atmosphere, meaning the people, the staff, even.
Yep.
Um,
The strict dress code, because we had
oh
to
yeah,
we had to send Tiny and Drew on a mission to go get shoes for Tiny, because she had some nice sandals. You would think they're flip flop, but they're sandals. Okay. No, that was not acceptable to come in the club. So they had to go at midnight, go find shoes. Where did they find shoes? Where else? At a sex shop. And we laughed our heads off so bad when Tiny was trying to walk in and she slipped and fell.
No.
Like,
She went. Think of someone walking in platform high heels for the first time, walking from wall to person back to wall, and then finally immediately getting past the doorman and going, "Fuck this shit," and pulling her shoes off.
oh my god, it was so funny. And again, I had to tell Jackhammer, I am so sorry. This is technically normally my life. It's always
Something happens.
It's always something
Something
happens.
happens.
It's always an adventure. Something crazy always happens there.
Now, I know we're broadcasting both on Facebook, YouTube, and SDC, as well as BFAM 109.6. Things are going to get raunchy in just a minute. I just want to put up that heads warning in case there's kids here.
TMI.
So-
It's like, yeah, this is what happens. It's like this is definitely an after hours kind of conversation. But for STD, it's SDC, it's fine. It's like
For STD,
sorry.
there were no STDs involved in this weekend at all, by the way.
No,
I'm just
safe
making it
sex,
out there.
condoms, and
Someone
lubes.
went ahead and just had a little slip over here.
Complete slip. Complete slip here. Big time. Yeah.
So
So you can continue.
we got get to the club eventually.
Jan Cadmer was already there.
Right. He drove by himself. He met us there. Of course, the way it works at a club like this is they cannot sell alcohol. It is BYOB. You bring your alcohol. What they do is they give you a wristband. You'd have to pay for membership, of course, and they'll put a number on it, and that gets you the alcohol. And they have free what's it called?
Mixers.
Yeah. So if you want a
Soda.
screwdriver, soda, stuff like that, and of course free waters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he had brought some alcohol. Drew comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, sorry. You asked for Drew's alcohol when he met up outside the door with Tiny. You sent them off, and before they leave, before you ask this nice gentleman for a favor and say, "Can you please bring my friend to find shoes because we don't know the area?" And then you turn around and go, "By the way, leave the alcohol." So
Drew's my special project. Come on.
yes,
everyone knows.
they're close. They are close.
He's like the BFF of like stray dogs that you ever want.
He is awesome.
He's super awesome.
So we get in the club, we check in the alcohol, we wait maybe 30 minutes
It was 30
before
minutes,
they come back.
Yeah.
And okay, so one thing right off the bat is a club like Trapeze, both trapezes,
have
a buffet.
Yep.
So when you get there, we arrived about 11.
No, because we had tacos. We went to that.
Oh God, we went to a 24-hour taco place.
Yes, 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. taco place. It was really good tacos. I actually did want to go back again.
But we're driving through Miami, and we drive through the ghetto, and I don't mean like the nice ghetto. I mean the ghettos where gang members are standing on street corners,
like the Miami Vice, like really scary ghetto. Yeah, that.
And then all of a sudden, we drive into this part of the neighborhood, and it was like this little posh part in the middle of Ghettoville.
Yeah,
and they
super
had
posh.
Really good tacos, but we had to wait in line and So we get our tacos because we haven't eaten since we drove up down from Orlando. So we're at the club about 11:30, right?
Right, 11:30, close to 12. And I'm like, I look at the buffet and I'm like, what the fuck?
Buffet
the buffet's
disappeared.
gone. It disappeared.
So apparently they closed down for an hour.
Yeah.
And they switch over from dinner to breakfast.
And Atlanta didn't do that.
No, Atlanta had it like dinner and breakfast was a 10-minute switch, which was nice. This one had an hour where they closed down, cleaned things up, turned things over, and then. So anyway, it's around midnight.
Mm-hmm.
We had our tacos.
Yep.
And we go off to the playroom.
Right.
Now, the way it's set up again at Trapeze in Fort Lauderdale is on the right. When you walk into the playroom, the first thing is a little desk over there, and there's an attendant. You go in and you get changed, and they give you a locker. Same thing up in Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
So we take all our clothes off. You're given a towel. You are not allowed to wear
Street clothes.
Street clothes. So you can either have lingerie, you can have a robe, or you can just be
Boxers,
naked.
Or pants.
They give you a towel.
Yeah, they give you a towel, so you get the sweatpants.
So the 5 of us are, again, all dressed in towels now. We go into the playroom. It's nice because in the playroom is a bar.
Yes.
And you can bring your bottles directly to that bar if you want and stay in the playroom. To the right is couples only.
Right.
Unfortunately, we had 2 girls and 3 guys. One couldn't come in. They don't make exceptions for that. So we had to go over to the left, which is where single guys are allowed Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night. Technically the general playroom. So we found a little corner that I hijacked, and we had our little entourage party over there.
Entourage party.
It was because
you were so excited.
Someone got really upset at us because we kind of kept others, like the 5 of us was very diligent.
Let me slow roll this for just a moment.
Slow roll it, because
so we're in towels, and the slow roll is the towels just hit the towels. We basically, by the way, there was no sheets.
No sheets, yeah.
So you basically put your towel down and fuck on top of it or whatever. So within 2 minutes, the slow roll, the towels are down. All 5 of us are on one bed.
Yep.
But it was a wall of beds. So think of like maybe 6 beds next to each other, and the beds are black, and they weren't sticky, but they weren't fabric.
No, they had that plastic, same from Naughty New Orleans.
Yeah, they had some type of plastic over it that was part of the mattress. It was anyway. So we get on there. 5 of us are naked, and we just immediately start going at it. You immediately went down on me.
Of course.
And of course, jackhammer. And
so I was like left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Which very quickly turned into him going down on you.
Right. And I was still sucking you.
And then him fucking you.
Yep.
And then surprisingly somehow
he started making out with me with your dick in between us, and he was going down on you, and I was like, okay,
unexpected.
Because we really didn't negotiate.
No, we didn't negotiate, and I had, I had that split thought of we didn't negotiate this. Okay, he's seen the podcast. Never mind. He probably knows. It's not like I'm in the closet at all.
Yeah, well, come on. We were all in the bi room when he met us in Naughty New Orleans.
That's true. He did meet us in the bi room, but I did not attempt anything with him because it wasn't negotiated.
Yeah, and he was just standing there, and I just told him, come on over. Because really, we haven't had a good conversation.
Until now? Until pre?
Did we? Even that was like, I was on the freaking clock. I'm like, dude, where are these? I wasn't really.
No. You were like, I am horny. I have expectations. Come on, people, let's go.
We were waiting for Tiny and Drew to get the damn shoes.
So what happens is we're doing this. I turn around, Tiny and Drew are going at it. And I'm like, okay. This is, by the way, me and Tiny don't play.
Oh, no.
She's our roommate. She's our assistant. We don't have that type of relationship.
Nope.
However, now all 5 of us are going at it, and the crowd of single guys starts to form.
Yep.
When I say, and occasionally a woman.
Yeah, we should have grabbed the woman.
God, there was 2 of them.
Yeah.
The black or the white girls. They were both hot.
Girl. Yeah. So
the black girl didn't do it.
No, okay.
She said she was a voyeur tonight, which usually means she's either really not in the mood or she's on her period.
Okay.
That's usually the code word.
So then it had to be the white girl, because one girl was all over Tiny, and I didn't know.
I missed that one.
Yes. No, she was the same one. She was the same one talking to Jackhammer.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why I said black girl, but no, now you're telling me that.
It might have been. I missed that one.
She was trying to get into our thing, but she wasn't talking. She was just touching. So if she actually asked, she would have been joined into the group play. Rule
of thumb, guy or girl or any gender, if there's a group of people fucking and they're looking up, like, not that we're completely involved. If we're completely involved and we're not looking at you, stay the fuck away.
Right.
Best way to get thrown out of a club like that is to just reach out and start to touch. And if you guys did that and I caught it out of the corner of my eye and I said, hey, fuck off.
Here's the thing. At Trapeze Fort Lauderdale, that was acceptable. Because when I went, Saturday I was with a different play partner, and I'll explain that. But that happened on Saturday, and that was acceptable on Saturday.
Really?
Yes.
I wish I knew that, because I could have done so.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm going by my normal rules.
Well, we're going based on like Naughty New Orleans
before touching.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and Fort Lauderdale, no, that was a totally different set of rules in Fort Lauderdale. Because we'll explain Saturday later on. We're still on Friday. It's like I said, it was a lot to cover, and I don't know if we could do it in an hour at this point, because
we're gonna do it.
Okay.
Friday.
Okay. So yeah. So anytime someone tried to come up to us, we all like were saying it's like nope, private party, and they were like, but this is a public space. Well, it's a private party in a public space. So
Yes.
yeah, because
Don't touch.
don't touch, don't get in. We're like we didn't. We were happy with our little entourage party there. You know, taking turns and going back and forth and.
But it turned out okay. So
Mhm.
after a few minutes, we're all fucking. Jackhammer's fucking you.
Right.
Again, went down on me.
Yep.
And then you said you wanted DP.
Yes.
A DVP, technically. Double vaginal
Penetration.
So I lay down.
Yep.
You get on top of me.
Yep.
And Jackhammer slides right in there.
Yep.
And I knew I could feel it on me because he had a condom on.
Yeah.
I could feel it. And we had to put a little lube.
Yeah.
But just the moment it slid in, you ever see a light go on in someone and just look of, oh, it was what I'm laying down. I'm looking up at you. All of a sudden, I can't really see him because the wall's here and such. And they didn't have, usually they have a,
well, the mirrors is
the
only in
mirrors-
the couples room. That's it. And only in Fort Lauderdale, not in Atlanta. Atlanta didn't have the mirrors on ceiling. That's why I was so upset.
so then it starts off nice and slow. And he started to get, it wasn't full on, but he was getting into jackhammer mode, which again, he has a talent. That's what I'm calling it. This is by
It's a talent.
it
yeah,
is.
it is a talent.
And
But
he
said you had a nice thick cock.
Oh,
He
yeah.
liked your cock.
He liked my cock. I liked his hip abilities.
Oh yeah.
I got to figure out what his workout is because I want to go ahead and figure this out because I go to the gym 3-4 days a week. I need to figure out his training regimen. But he starts jackhammering you.
Yes, he doesn't have a training regimen. We talked about it when we did one-on-one. So
that completely sucked.
I know. Okay. So
Continue.
anyways, continue. Sorry.
So he jackhammers you for a while. You are, I actually heard you start to giggle. By the way, giggle means she orgasmed. Then it comes off that he gets off and we're still fucking. I don't remember if you said it or someone said it.
No, Drew said it. Drew's like, okay, coming in.
Now Drew comes in. So in the matter of being in the playroom 10 minutes, she's been DP'd twice by 3 guys.
Same with you.
Just there, I would consider this trip a success. Like if it stopped there, if we just walked home at the end of that, I'd be like, we're good. See, the weird thing was I don't think I actually came.
No, you didn't.
I didn't come Friday night.
No, you did not, because that was one
That
of the
probably added to.
that would have added, because then Drew, Jackhammer actually wanted to go down on me with my pussy full of cum, and you did not come.
I totally would have. No one, yeah, that more communication during playtime.
Well, any which way, you
But
always try to come.
But we were all just fucking.
Yes.
And it's just one of those, you have it in your mindset. Anyway, we get to a point. We're probably in the playroom 12 minutes by now.
Oh, God.
Okay, maybe a little longer.
Probably longer.
She hits her giggle point. The first giggle was loud enough that I think I saw people on the other end of the playroom. And the room is a good 30 feet wide, 40 feet deep.
Yeah.
And it's split up and there's rooms on the side. I saw them turn to see what the hell was going on. And you are giggling your ass off. You're in the corner. You're doing cuddling motions.
Positions. I'm in the fetal positions, giggling and twitching. And oh, yeah, it was. But then I had everyone surrounded me to protect me from this other single guy. So it was just.
Because they would. Some guys really just went over and started touching ass and grabbing stuff. And just don't ever do that at a swing club.
But again, try to figure out what's what at which club. Yeah.
Just because I'm trying to figure out memory wise. After we were all in the giggling completed, what happened next? Is that when you two went off to the
you went to
room?
you, Drew, and Tiny went to go get breakfast, and Jackhammer and I went to get we went to the couples room
for round two.
It just like he was ecstatic. I gave him one-on-one time, and it was just like, okay. But we were in the beds where you have the window facing the club. So that's where we were all together. And then like we there was nobody in there, and then when we went in, then there's all these bodies, and then hands were starting to reach and touch, and I'm like, no, 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 it's just
Even in the couples room.
even in the couples room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty much
Yeah.
just a free for all.
Yeah, it's always
Which-
a free for all. Good evening, kabuki
Hello.
fan. So yeah, so that's the thing. And then we ended up, and then when we finally met up with you, I had to laugh at Jackhammer because it was like, oh my god, you guys ate really fast. I'm like, no, no, darling.
No,
we
you were gone a good 20, 30 minutes.
Exactly. That's why I had to remind him. It's like, no, darling, we were gone for quite some time. Oh, thank you. Enjoy our streams.
Kinky by fun, yes.
Yes. So yeah, and then he turned bright red. It was so sweet, and he was still such a gentleman, really nice. It was just like, that was the funny part. He was still a gentleman with all the fucking.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
But
I know.
But if okay, so we went out, and you can go out back into the common area in your towels.
Yeah.
So we end up getting breakfast.
Yep.
Oh God, it was hash browns, and they made me a ham and cheese omelet, and there were
Bacon, sausage, cheese. But here they had
good.
biscuits and gravy, not biscuits and grits. So I was upset. I
the
wanted
grits would have been nice.
Grits would have been better, but it's an Atlanta thing.
But anyway, the three of us are sitting out there in our towels, and we're eating.
Okay, tell me that conversation.
Finally, no.
Why not? I gotta hear it. I gotta hear.
Honestly, it wasn't a. It was a conversation of. He was being Drew was being a complete gentleman to Tiny.
Yeah.
Making sure she was taken care of, making sure she was good. It just really went into vanilla stuff, I believe. It wasn't anything kinky. We just, again, that's funny how you're in a swing club naked and you just start talking about general stuff about, we talked about the drive down here.
Yeah.
About how we barely made the class, about how we're here till Sunday. And then you two show up. Now, he didn't stay for breakfast.
No, he didn't. He
got dressed and he left. He had his own locker.
Yeah.
But she sits down now. So imagine this. It has been at least 30 minutes since the 5 of us ended. She went off and did her thing. She comes down and she sits down. And the first thing she does is uncontrollable giggling. Still. I want fucking orgasms like that.
And it's Monday. That's why I called it Recovery Monday.
Oh, but it doesn't stop there. So anyway, we end up finishing breakfast.
Yeah.
She's still giggling.
And I did eat breakfast. I didn't eat the eggs. That's the only thing. I just had the hash browns and bacon.
And we packed up.
And we
me,
got
you,
home
and
at
Tiny.
4. Yeah, we got home.
I mean, it was about 4 a.m.
It was 4 a.m.
The 3 of us ended up just going home. Drew ended up. He has his own place. He wasn't staying at the hotel with us.
Yeah.
And that concluded that night.
Yeah, that night.
So that you see, I didn't even remember that I didn't have an orgasm.
Yeah, I did because it's
sweetie, you had a ticker tape parade of orgasms. If I was a fucking gangster rapper with a stack of hundreds, you were the girl on stage where they're doing this too. You had an orgasm. I counted at least 3 body shaking, toe curling orgasms. At this moment, I'm going to bring in our sponsor. I want to go ahead and bring up the Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness because that's where we were earlier today. We got our testosterone pellets. We go in about every 3 months.
Yep.
It's very nice because I've been going 3 years and I still got the rundown of how you're feeling. You know, how do you feel you're doing at sex? Are you lacking at all? Are you depressed? I mean, he went over a whole range. Fatigue. How's your workout going? How's your weight loss going?
Yeah.
How's your blood pressure? I mean, the whole thing. He does a whole spec on us, making me feel very safe. And then we decided to even up my treatment.
Yep.
And added an additional pellet. So right now I'm up to 13 pellets. You're at 2. 2.
I thought the week.
No, I think you're at 2 pellets.
2. Okay.
I'm at 13. Anyway, it's all included in their monthly fee, and it's so worth it. And I like the monthly fees because it just totally spreads it out. But if you are experiencing any type of ED, obviously no one at this party was.
Nope.
But go ahead and check out a doctor. Again, Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness up in Orlando. Check them out. They're going to be opening up hopefully a new office towards the beginning of next year. And yeah, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat room or email us.
Yep.
Now back to
Exotica.
Exotica. Like I said, we got ups and downs coming here. These are the ups. Next day has even more ups.
Okay.
So, Saturday morning, the conference started at 2. We were able to get in there at 1.
Mm-hmm.
But the interesting thing about showing up at 2:00 when a conference first opens to a porn convention is that most cam models and porn stars are not awake till 3. So it's pretty dead in the beginning. But there was a misprint, unfortunately. We understand that in the paper and somewhere it said it started at 6 and went from 6 to 10, and actually went from 2 to 10. So the first few hours were uneventful.
Yep.
But we got up, we did our showers, we went over to the conference, we set up, we did have a table.
Mm-hmm.
We're now vending towels and soon to be other clothing products with it's not quite embroidered, but these labels, they're pressed onto it and they don't come off. We tried them in the laundry, which is really nice. So what are they saying? Why are we selling them at a porn convention? My favorite one that sold was a towel that said "Ye Olde Cum Slut" on it. But we have towels that say slut, daddy, puppy, kitty.
The swingers ones sold.
The swingers.
Those are
we need more of those swinger ones.
Yeah, if we go to those events, we need more of the swinger towels there.
So thank you very much to Kink Crate. They went ahead and they're working with us to create and market these towels. If you do go to our website and check out kinkcrate.com, you can go ahead. They'll be available there shortly. This was our first run of them. So the conference goes well. We end up, grabbing breakfast. We ended up teaching a class.
Yeah, we had Cuban food delivered with Cuban coffee. I was in heaven. I was like, oh.
If you want good Cuban food, good Cuban coffee, Miami is the only place to go. It was amazing.
Yeah, if you want to go straight to my loins, just with food, a cortado. Get me a cortado. Look, that's it.
For anyone trying to pick her up, if you can dress in a suit, delivering a cortado, almost guaranteed to get laid. Almost.
No, that's not. There's no almost. It is guaranteed to get laid. Okay, you are so guaranteed to get laid with a cortado dressed in a suit. I was like,
no, don't dress up the cortado. Get dressed up in a suit, look good, and deliver the cortado. Exactly. What the fuck kind of suit goes on a cortado? And does that have to be dry cleaned?
You put a little bow tie. No, cortados. Oh, that's. I love my cortado.
So we taught our class at 8. Oh, by the way, we made a couple sales. It was nice, but it was interesting because we were outside the dungeon. Obviously, we went around. I took plenty of pictures. By the way, if you're interested in pictures of Exotica, they will be going up tonight and tomorrow on our Instagram. So look for SPM the Lunas and go ahead and check. I can't put up quite the naked ones, but
we can put them on the STC.
We can put them on STC. We need to put up these Exotica pictures because I took a lot.
Yeah, so
I threw about 200 pictures.
Okay, yeah.
And video.
I have to figure out and create a TikTok for it. It's like Exotica.
So we taught our class, The Anatomy of Dick Pleasure.
Yes.
Went extraordinarily well. Had a lot of people asking us questions. We basically go over both the scientific as well as the hands-on of pleasing a cock.
Yep. And it was so cute. I was wearing an Exotica hoodie because it was super, super cold.
Oh, God. I don't understand why they did it at a porn convention.
I don't know either. Probably to keep the nipples hard there for both and for everyone. So when we did the uncircumcised penis, I just put the hoodie on and just kind of moved it around and just showed this is how you undo it, and it went really, really well. So I think for every anatomy dick pleasure, I'm going to do that just to remove it.
Definitely.
So they could understand the visual of how to handle uncircumcised penises.
So we did that. The class was done, and now, of course, we got to go because we're going back to trapeze. Now, you had done some marketing.
No. One of our other vendor friends, I have bought stuff from them, when they first started. So I'm one of their loyal customers, from the beginning. And we've known each other, through Instagram. We've met at the Exotica Chicago. And solo guy, KK, I'm just going to call him KK. Wanted to know what
KK?
KK, yeah. KK.
God, that sounds so gangster rapper.
And he's as white as can be, and he's 6'2".
It just sounds like you come up and buy the product, or KK is going to take you out back. Continue.
Well, KK's products, also tends to attract those kind of clientels too.
Continue.
True. Okay. So.
Well, they attract porn people.
And well, the tattoo
That-
convention, he said he did really, really well with the tattoo
Oh,
convention over in Chicago because the people from the tattoo convention was coming over to the Exotica. So that's why.
So
Okay.
KK.
KK. I lost my train of thought here.
So she's talking with KK,
Oh,
of which, by the way, KK is in a suit the whole weekend. Just letting you know. Continue.
he's always in a suit when he comes to his, like, what do you call it? Vending. Anytime he's at his booth, he's always in a suit. And it's not even like new suits, they're like vintage suits. So we're talking 1950s, 1960s
He's
suits.
got some nice stuff going on.
Yeah, because he has to have the stuff custom tailored, because I found that out in my little adventures going around the
In your
booths.
weekend with him.
ish kind of deal. Because he asked, it's like, hey, so what are you guys doing afterwards? Well, I'm going to trapeze. Would you like to come? And it's like, yeah, I just want to get out of there and do something fun with other people. And I'm like, cool. So I invite him over to trapeze. Then I head over, and then one of the porn stars who we've had on the podcast was, asking, it's like, hey, what are you guys doing? And we're like, well, we're going to trapeze, because this is like our favorite swing club to go to, because of the food and the environment. She's like, great, we're going. Okay. And so next thing I know, I talked to another of our friends that are boothing. It's like, hey, so you're organizing a trapeze trip. I'm like, okay, how the hell did this become organizing a trapeze trip when originally I was starting with 3 people, KK was 4, then Coraline or whatever, PS.
The other girl, basically, it kind of erupted.
Right.
We thought it was going to be a lot. It did. It ended up being 2 carloads.
Yeah. No, actually 3.
Oh, yeah, there was some others.
There was others, so...
I didn't realize they were with us.
Yeah, they were. So it ended up to be like 12 people. And I'm like, WTF, I got my event hijacked. I never have that happen.
She's so upset by this.
I am upset because I lost control of my event. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. No way. And it's like, then I felt really, really bad because, PS was supposed to come with her date with Tiny in our car. So it was going to be the 5 of us in the car. And then she had extra people. So I had to ask KK. I kind of not really asked him. I kind of told him. And I felt really, really bad because after we're driving and then PS tells us what kind of person I just threw to KK, I was like, oh, shit. Oh, fucking shit. I left him with a batshit loony crazy girl. And that's not even his date for the night. His date is Tiny.
Yeah.
I felt horrible because I don't like doing that. But if you've been listening to the podcast and know our stories, the Adventures of Angelique Luna always has a tendency to go to a little bit to the extreme. Yes, not intentionally. I try. Seriously, I try. Right, baby?
Yeah, yes, baby.
Fucker.
You never mean for this to happen.
You're such a fucker. I can't believe you
That's
just
what
did that.
we're getting real. So continue.
I lost my train of thought. Where were we going?
Let's get to the point where we get to the club. The other 3 of them are smokers. We do get our alcohol, which we didn't realize there's an alcohol like 4 doors down from the club.
Yep.
So we go get some bottles. We pay our fees, fill out the little forms. We agree to nudity and all the other stuff. And let's get to the point. We all get into the club. We check in our alcohol and go from there. Oh, we go for food.
We go for food. It's like,
First thing is food.
Yeah, because I saw that the food was still there, and I told the group, it's like, come on, let's go get food.
So we're there about 11:20, 11:30.
It was 11:45
Okay,
there.
but it was before midnight because the food was the first
meal. Yeah, the
meal
dinner
was first out. Dinner.
Yeah, so it was like chicken and pasta.
Chicken was good.
Yeah, and potatoes and veggies. So yeah, that we had that for dinner, and then our alcohol, and of course I had to have alcohol right away because, like I said, my event got taken over. It got hijacked. I was very frazzled. I was very upset, and then I felt really bad because I did this to KK. I was like, here, just take this, just to come find out the girl was batshit crazy. I was like, fuck.
So
I said, I promise I will make it up to you. Anything. And he's like, anything? And I'm like, we're at a swing club. Of course, anything.
now I'm thinking he wasn't in the suit yet. Right?
He was
still in the suit.
He was still in the suit.
He was still in the suit. Take the note.
Take a note. Honey, even when you get in the suit, I get horny as fuck with you.
And
So it's not
as
just
Angelique said, today her period hit. And just so you know, the 3 to 4 days before her period, I call it her in heat time. Am I sharing too much?
no.
Oh,
It's
no.
perfectly fine. No.
So between the suit, the fact that he's really a good guy,
Good looking too.
and the period,
Oh, Hazel looking nice.
he didn't stand a chance.
He didn't stand a chance.
Well, we go over and we eat. We get a big table, and it's KK, you,
Uh-huh.
me, our actress
Yes.
friend,
Yeah.
her partner, Tiny,
Batshit
and then
crazy.
batshit crazy. So,
And
yeah.
it's like when I go to the swing clubs, I wear a nice dress with nothing underneath because I don't want to keep track of anything else. And then I just take a robe with me, so that way I just switch from the dress to the robe, and that's it. And so, continue on.
Let's see what happened here. So we all finish up eating.
Yeah.
And we decide we all have drinks. We're going to move over into the playroom. So we go in and do the locker thing. We switch our clothes for towels. You're in your robe. And we go in, and me and Tiny sit at the bar in the playroom. Now, this is not a night where single men are allowed.
Nope.
So you can go, there's a playroom on the right and a playroom on the left. And again,
There's
the playrooms are about
several.
30 by maybe 35, 40 feet. So they're not
Right.
small, but they also have, some have dividers, some have little rooms off to the side.
So if you want private play.
Right. So that's basically a place to go and play. So we're sitting there. You came over. You and KK were there too for a little while because we were waiting for the other 3 to come because they
Correct.
went and got cigarettes. Hello. So they went ahead and got. They went outside to smoke.
Yes, they continue. That was the
Yeah, that was
biggest
the big thing.
complaint that they had, is that they had to get their clothes back on so they could go out to smoke and then come back. So for them, I think they honestly had a bad experience because it's not what they are used to, because they have their own swing club in California. Yes, Hanky Panky is the name of their swing club. And it's not open because of COVID, and that's their choice, and their restrictions, and that's cool. I respect that. Just because we're in Florida and our governor's batshit crazy,
Everything's open.
Everything's open and everything's a free for all. So that's
So
the things.
the thing is, up until now,
Uh-huh.
our actress friend we were feeling on each other. We were very, she came and sat next to me. I was getting certain signs. So I thought things were going really well. And we were all just chatting, and I was even getting along with the guy she brought, who was also an actor in the porn industry. So this is where communication's key, and you can't just go on assumptions.
Right.
So they come in. Were you there when they came in?
No, I was not. KK.
You had already left.
Yeah. I as I said, I'm like, I need to go pay my bill with KK. So, but playing with KK, there was no penis and vagina penetration. It was just making out. He was a biter and a scratcher, and
yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, I know. It's like, it's like I just posted on my Facebook. It's just like, the memories.
Some good bite marks.
Yeah,
there.
they're like,
shit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like even that. Yeah, okay. And then he put me over his knee and spanked me and bit me. Oh, I missed that so much. It was so fucking hot.
Oh, you didn't tell me about the spanking part.
Yes.
So you were having fun out there.
Yes, but again, no penis and vagina. It was just like,
you wanted that though.
Yes, and then vaginal fisting, my favorite. So
so you did get off, because I know when I saw you later on that night, it was maybe an hour later.
Yeah,
you were definitely giggling again.
Right.
So there was definitely orgasms.
Yeah,
if there weren't.
He was a lot of oral, vaginal fisting. Yeah, oral on both. So I was going on him. A lot of hot, passionate kissing. So, but the first time, like, that's what we did. And then I checked in with you to see how things are going. And, I was asking if you wanted to, and you're like, no. And then you were like, okay, you go and have more fun. So we did. Then KK and I went to the couples room. And so we're trying to nosedive a space in the couples room, because that is like packed wall to wall. And we did find a space, and there was this big, the BBC. It was a BBC with a land chick. Yeah, literally, man thick. And I was like, damn. And that girl could handle it. And she had a ponytail, so he kept pulling her hair, and they kept flipping and doing all these different like positions. And to a certain extent, like KK and I were like, okay, we got to be careful because they're, I don't know if one of the body parts might hit us. And when I say body parts, I also do mean his cock. Okay, that thing was like whoosh, whoosh. And I was like, oh, holy shit. So this cute little Eastern European couple come in and they see the spot. I mean, it's literally a tiny spot and they're pretty tiny. So they're like, can we join you? And I'm like, just be careful. And everyone has just started busting out laughing because it's like they're trying to squeeze in. Well, KK and I are having some fun. And then the other couple who like, Cirque du Soleil moves. That's the best way to explain it. And then, so then they start feeling me up, and at this point, I'm like, okay, so they're both the husband and the wife are touching me, and then
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I didn't hear this part. Now I want to hear it.
yeah.
I guess I missed out on stuff.
Yeah, you did kind of miss stuff on stuff, and it was just like KK and I were just hot and heavy. That wasn't just like saying it's like, hey, it's like gets off, but it wasn't like anything major. It was just like barely touching,
petting, touching, squeezing,
petting,
scratching.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Petting, like gentle petting. And so, and they're like talking, and we're like laughing at the same time. Then all of a sudden, BBC starts choking her while her husband is like fucking her, and she's like really getting off on this, and I'm like, oh crap, this is not my favorite scene. And so I had to try to look, because I mean she was the erotic asphyxiation. She was having a ball there. So like she would have been one, like if we were like playing there, you would have like touched her and she would let you do the same thing, because that's what she did with BBC. So that's what happened there. And then the couple over to our right, the guy was having performance anxiety issue. And so we were like thinking, oh shit, do we leave now? Because I don't need to hear all the reasons why his cock is not working and what she needs to do and what to happen. And I'm like, I'm trying not to work. I'm trying not to work. And KK's trying to cover my ears and like, no, don't pay attention, because I wanted to sit down and have a conversation with him on why he's not having.
Oh, no, don't work.
I know, that's why that's why he was trying to distract me from the couple to the right, because it was just annoying as fuck, and how she was feeling like shit, and she was trying to get him aroused and erect, and it just wasn't working. She pretty much tried to do, like, while we were there, she was going down on him, she was getting on top of him, she was like trying to give him a hand job. This girl was trying every book in the vanilla book to try to get him to get an arousal. I was ready to go say, it's like, just put your finger up it, just put your finger up his ass and massage his prostate and you're good. I wanted to say that, but I was being good. I was like, I'm not getting involved with that. So, but yeah, that was like a lot.
That was your night?
That was my night with KK. Yeah, because then we joined the group, then we sat, then I was with you and KK, Tiny, and batshit crazy went on an exploratory mission.
Well, my night went a little different.
Okay.
Because what happened is we had a bit of a miscommunication. The reason I'm bringing this up is because even us in the lifestyle for this long, we still get excited, we still see shiny, and sometimes we miscommunicate stuff. Because we started this with the assumption that we know Friday night she had this great big date and such, and Saturday night was supposed to be my big date. And the thing is, my birthday had happened like a week before. I was really looking for this type of play. I got excited because, again, we were having friends join us. How my day went was, again, very excited. We went over to the bar, and like I said, right away, you're like, I'm going with Kevin. So KK. So you went, and now you disappeared for almost 45, 50 minutes, whatever it was. You were gone for a while. A little after that, our, again, actor and actress friend came in. And again, they came up to me and we're feeling, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to say, let's go into the rooms and play and stuff. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to go play. We'll see you later. Bye. And they left. So now I'm sitting there. And again, I'm sitting with Tiny, who we don't play with. And I'm like, okay, there's plenty of other people. Let's talk. There's couples. There may be a few women. I just had a night where I couldn't break into a single conversation. I get on the radio, I talk on TV. No one wanted to talk. I mean, I was literally like, did something go wrong? Maybe look in the mirror. Did I have something on my face? That's it. Said something. I was the most, man, talking about feeling like an outsider. And the truth is, it happens. It happens to all of us. And it's not because of looking bad. It's not because of a lack of, well, definitely not a lack of endowment. It's just certain nights, things. And you know what I found out? Not half, but it just seemed like several of the couples that I started to try to talk to all of a sudden broke into Portuguese
Well,
or
yeah.
Spanish. And I'm like, no, one of them particularly, I'm like, I fucking heard you speak English a moment ago. If you don't want to just say, that's fine. You don't have to pretend you don't speak English. So anyway, again, my expectation of it was something completely different. So essentially, once you came back, and I said,
checked in with you.
Yep.
It's like, and I said, hey, let's go play. And you said no.
I did. I did. I had gotten myself, and this is it.
Yeah.
Again, don't go with expectations to a swing club. Don't ever do disappointment. I let myself get down. I don't usually do this. I try my best not to. I had just gotten to a down point. By the time you had come back, I said, you know what? I'm going to enjoy something. I'm going to go pig out on breakfast, because the two things I enjoy most in life are sex and food. And if I can't get one, I'm going to get the other. And like I said, at that point, you were already giggling, you were already going, you were already that. And I know you always try to take care of me. There's nothing on you on that point. It's just, I want to let everyone know here that even for us, I've been going to swing clubs for 13 years. You've been going for over 20. We're very social people. You keep saying that, but someone got carded to go into an adult store recently.
No shit. And I said, I need to speak to the
What was funny is we work for the adult store. They just knew people. But anyway, we end up going out and eating and then driving home. Oh, by the way, sorry, I couldn't get into any couples. So then I'm like, fine, I'll sit here and drink and just wait for people. Who shows up next to me and starts talking to me? Batshit crazy. And I'm just sitting there going, God, please let the night end. It can't end. She told me all about her marriage and him cheating on her and how she is in the adult industry but doesn't have sex for pleasure. It's only for work. And I'm just sitting here going, can I go home? I really just don't want to be here at this point. So fuck it. I think you came back, whatever. I'm like, you know what, everyone? I'm going to get breakfast. I beelined for breakfast. I was by myself.
No, I was with you.
No, sorry. You were with me when we got out. We went and got breakfast, and we ended up all sitting together on a nice big booth.
Yes.
I enjoyed my breakfast. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, we found out that several people that had come with us, a few people, didn't like the cleanliness routine being done there, like because they didn't have fresh sheets on the bed, and they didn't even have what I didn't like is they didn't even have a spray. Atlanta had a spray.
I liked Atlanta because they were a lot more cleanliness conscious than Fort Lauderdale. Hate to say that it was, if they had like the Lysol sprays afterwards, I think that would have made it okay. But no.
Oh, I skipped one part. We did meet a couple that I had talked to at Exotica. They didn't come with us.
Right.
But again, we started talking. I'm like, okay, let's go play and stuff. And they're like, no, I'm not in this place.
No, they're germaphobes.
So they were fun. We may meet them up with them next year, but they invited us over their place Sunday night. Of course, we had to come home Sunday to do the broadcast and stuff, but we're keeping in touch. So anyway,
I had a laugh. I did a follow-up with KK because KK was invited to go out with them. And they said they were going out to dinner at a restaurant chain. And I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? You're in Miami, the foodie nation. There is so much good food.
Little mom and pop shops.
And 5-star Michelin restaurants. I mean, where they were staying, I know 2 good steakhouses there. And they were going to a chain. I was like, oh, I'm like, I can understand why you said no.
So we all go our separate ways.
Yes.
I hug KK. He goes in his car. I think me, you, and Tiny get in the car. I know our actress friends arranged a separate ride because they're going to a post party that we were invited to. But a post party starting at 4 a.m. I have to work, get there the next day.
Yeah, no.
Nope. So then we go home, and who jumps in the car with us? Batshit crazy. I cannot escape this torture. We go home. I admit I wasn't in the best of mood.
Nope.
2 days at a 2 days at a swingers club, and I still haven't orgasmed. Talking about being sexually frustrated. So anyway, and not your fault. I'm not blaming anything. Don't get the face.
You did orgasm on Saturday morning.
We did fuck Saturday morning. That's right. I completely went over that.
Yeah, exactly. See how memorable I am? He totally forgot that he fucked me and came.
So, okay. She gets very upset when I don't have a good time, whether it's her fault or not, which makes her an awesome wife. So anyway, we go back. We get back to the hotel. You and Tiny are going to go to bed. I'm still good. I don't want to go to a post party. I'm like, look, I just going to pour myself a glass of rum on ice. I'm going to go downstairs. I have a cigar. I'm just going to smoke it, and then I'm going to come to bed. So I go downstairs. I sit down. I actually started talking with the photographer who was down there. We started talking. Next thing I know, I turn around, and guess who sits next to me?
Batshit crazy.
And starts smoking. And I'm like, dear God, I'm only asking for a little pleasure. Just let me have my cigar and go to sleep. And we're coming up to the end.
I know.
Real start, Shori.
I told you.
The photographer leaves, which is the one I was enjoying the conversation. And who the hell shows up? The batshit crazy train of crying porn stars. I actually had a porn star cry on my face and start talking about the decisions in her life. And I'm just like, I just want to finish my cigar. Anyway.
And then Sunday we were kind of semi-recovering because, like I said, we got home like at 5 a.m. on Saturday night, and then half the porn stars don't show up to the conference until like 4.
Closes at 6.
6, yeah. It's like I know the table next to us didn't show up until 5, and we were leaving.
Thankfully, there was no class on. We didn't have to teach a class on
Sunday.
So we ended up doing that, jumping in the car. Driving home and almost making it home in the 3 hours we could do it in, because I was doing 90 the whole way until we hit just outside of Orlando and hit the worst god-awful rainstorm. And it took us, another hour and a half. So again, another 4.5 hour drive home to get back to Orlando. Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, but what happened Sunday? We were like talking with people and saying goodbyes and
making sales. We did some sales.
We did some sales on that time. So we'll be posting photos of the picture of the towels either on our Instagram or SDC. And if you're interested in any of them, please reach out and sell. We're selling them for $20 plus shipping and handling and tax. Thanks, state of Florida, to let us know what you want. And if there's any like particular ones, we could also personalize them. But then the personalization would be like $30 for personalized towels. So.
But we'll also be posting all the shots I took of us going around and chatting with the cam models. What is it? What's the big one? Chatterbait.
Chatterbait
always has a huge.
But I eventually do have to get my ass in gear and go to my free cams because they always have the coolest swag for all the things. I saw a fuzzy blanket. I saw sweatshirts. I'm like, oh, they could get all this stuff only just by showing their tits there. I'm like, I'm going to do it next time. I don't know.
Yes.
I have to see that.
Sweetie, the thing is, if there's not a camera going, you're showing your tits all the time.
I know, but conservatively, I don't show nipple. I show the tits, so kind of deal.
I'm sorry, who's naked first at every swing club I go to?
Okay, fine.
I think those are nipples. I know. I call out my wife because I love her.
Yeah, you do.
I should slap you right on those
No,
marks.
don't. They already hurt. Okay, it's like they hurt. And also my like pellet injury. I gotta find my article now. It's like I gotta heal. So next week
we're at the end.
Broadcasting from the beach. Yay! We'll be over at Cocoa Beach. So if you're local to Central Florida and want to join us, come on over. Send us a DM when we broadcast live next.
Well, we got
Monday.
a couple days at Cocoa Beach. Worst case scenario, we may drive a little bit and get up to Play Linda. So if you do want to go to a nude beach, depending on, we might go up there. Keep an eye on our social media for that. But we're going to spend the weekend just relaxing, catching up on some content and production, and
Catching up with each other.
Because after the last
3 weeks.
4 months, things have been crazy, and we need some personal time to get together and be,
Lovey-dovey and connecting. Thanks. We'll see you next week. Bye.
See you later. Bye. Bye, everyone on SDC. If you like what you saw, go ahead and friend us.
Yes.
And bye, YouTube, and bye, Kitty. Well, I can't touch the legs and I can't touch the ass. I got the belly.